Perth Thunder fans packed Perth Ice Arena for their team's 50th game in the Australian Ice Hockey League, hoping for a second victory over the Sydney Bears in 2 days. Also celebrating 50 games for the club was Sam Wilson, Jordan Kairos and David Ruck. Just like the day before, the Bears created the first scoring opportunity. But then Brian Berger surged over halfway for the Thunder. His path to goal was blocked by Spencer Austin. Kenny Rolfe picked up the loose puck and shot. Zvonnicek saved, but first to the rebound was Brian Berger to make it 1-0 to the Thunder. Berger does brilliantly to get in front of the defender, lean back and lift the puck over the netminder's despairing dive. But in under a minute, the Bears had restored parity. Lee Turner firing home and denying Dan Clark back-to-back shutouts. Stung by that goal, the Thunder was soon back on the attack. Jordan Kairos managing to force a block from Zvonnicek. Cam Walsh skated past Nelson Bond as if he wasn't there, but again the Bears netminder blocked. The puck came back to Walsh, whose first timer struck Austin and almost dropped over the goal line, before the Bears eventually cleared the danger. Rolfe was the next to launch an attack for the Thunder. He fed Berger at the blue line, who played in Dan Mole, but his shot whistled just wide of the goal. With a Thunder power play, Mole uncharacteristically lost possession, allowing Jan Kubek a path at goal, but good pressure from Berger narrowed the angle of opportunity and Clark saved. In the last 5 minutes of the period, the Bears burst out of defence. Schlamp received a return pass and skated across the crease, but Clark's butterfly prevented a goal. But with just over 3 minutes remaining, the Bears thought they'd scored. Thomas Lander found Schlamp at the back post and he fired home. But the umpire, much to Schlamp's annoyance, ruled the goal out. That decision added some bite to the start of the second period, and Andrew Cox should have restored the Thunder's lead, but once again, Zvonnicek blocked brilliantly. Then it was Dan Clark, the Thunder goaltender's chance to show what he could do, with a sharp double save before freezing the puck. Then, with coming up to 5 minutes gone in the period, the Thunder took the lead. Dan Mole's anticipation saw him steal possession. He drew the defence and passed to Kenny Rolfe, whose first timer beat Zvonnicek. All ends up. Rolfe had little margin for error, but somehow arrowed the puck inside the defender and between Zvonnicek and his post. Another quality goal for his showreel. As the period entered the last 5 minutes, Rolfe picked out Mole in the slot, but his shot went straight at Zvonnicek. A minute later, a shot from the point by Kevin Darcy was blocked. The rebound came back to Rolfe, who fired home his second and the Thunder's third. Rolfe takes a touch, steadies himself and then lets fly, leaving Zvonnicek pouring at air. With a power play, the Thunder looked to drive the advantage home. Del Basso's effort from the point was saved. He tried again. Zvonnicek saved, but the rebound fell to Sam Wilson, who quick as a flash lifted the puck into the unguarded net. Zvonnicek saves sharply from Del Basso, but there's nothing he can do as Wilson pounces on the rebound. The Thunder almost had a fifth right on the buzzer, but Zvonnicek saved well from Berger. Zvonnicek continued his heroics at the start of the third period, denying Robert Hazelhurst. Then the Bears found themselves 5-on-3, but Austin's shot from the blue line was blocked and the puck frozen by Clark. If the crowd were happy with that, the umpire taking a tumble drew another appreciative roar. Back at even strength, Robert Hazelhurst showed why he has become a crowd favourite, spinning away from the Bears and releasing Dan Mole, who once again times his pass to Rolfe to perfection, and he calmly pops in the Thunder's fifth goal and completes his hat-trick. Mole and Rolfe have an almost telepathic understanding. The pass delivered just as Rolfe arrives, and the rest, as they say, is history. However, within a minute, the Bears had pulled a goal back, thanks to a great solo effort from Luke Reed. Less than a minute after that, Clark pulled out another great reflex save from Brett Nelson Bond. Luckily, the puck rebounded back towards him and then he froze it. Brandon Stobbs took a cheap shot at Clark. Jonathan Bremner intervened, and as a result of the scuffle that ensued, Edoin from the Bears and Coots from the Thunder received 10-minute misconduct penalties. Approaching the last 7 minutes and with a one-man advantage, the Bears' Turner was allowed a clear path at goal, and he accepted it, pulling the Bears back to within 2 goals of the Thunder with 6 minutes remaining. It was a nail-biting last 5 minutes for the Thunder faithful, but their heroes managed to pull through, and the finals dream looks more like a reality. Final score, Perth Thunder 5, Sydney Bears 3.